All right, Bob Chick making the rounds here at the Arnold. We're at the meet and greet. And who we have here, Justin Compton, your first Arnold, buddy.
That's right, first time being here. Well, not my first time here, but first time competing here.
First time competing here, yeah, big difference on that one. But
huge difference.
So you've been meeting and greeting the fans. You did the what was the Europa was the last time we saw each other. Of course, so I'm your good luck charm. Unfortunately for you, I'm not emceeing this one, but don't worry about that. Let me go back to the Europa though. Big win there. Obviously, you did. That was your best condition that we've seen to date. Great physique, but it looks like you supersized it since that time.
About 12 pounds. Well, maybe I don't know, man. Like, I'm obviously more than 12 pounds right now, but we got 48 more hours, so I'm probably going to be anywhere 8 to 10. Like, who cares about a number, right?
Ain't no scales on stage, brother.
That's right. So we're going to be bigger, and I've already surpassed my conditioning, and I'm going to be trying hard. So, what happens? It's going to be apples and oranges this weekend, and pears and peaches or whatever.
Lots of fruits out there.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of different physiques out there, a lot of good guys.
Stop.
This is the best.
Don't even go there. But anyway, you've gotten a huge fan base push this year. You're on the boards, of course, at MD and all that. You interact with the fans a lot, but you've seen a big push that you're a favorite for this show. Did that surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, man. Just because prior to winning the Orlando Pro, people were, it was like people were like, yeah, he's got potential. He's young, he's got potential. And now it's like, I'm not hearing the whole potential thing. I'm like, okay, he can do this. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'll take that.
Yeah, sure.
People was comparing me to this guy and that guy, and I'm getting compared to people that I always looked up to. So I'm very happy with how I'm doing. I'm very happy how people are perceiving me, and hoping I don't let anybody down. I'm planning to bring it this weekend.
Well, top three not here in effect. Obviously, Phil Heath, Mr. Olympia, was not going to be here anyway. But then the other guys, Kai Green out, Roden out, and Wolf out. Wolf, the defending champ, obviously choosing not to come. But to me, it made it more of a level playing field. You still got Dexter Jackson, you still got Evan Sampani, you still got Branch Warren. So you got some boys up there. But it looks like it's kind of anybody's game right now.
Yeah, I have to agree. Dexter's good. No one should ever underestimate Dexter. I mean,
nobody does.
Yeah, no one ever underestimates him. He's always on the point. He's always on the money. And then Evan's not. I'm not underestimating any of these guys. All these guys are champions. That's why we're here.
Sure.
So, I can't control what they look like. So all I know is I do play my cards. I play competitive, and I play to win. So I've done everything I can to try to perfect my physique to make it better than theirs. So we'll see if that's good enough after this weekend.
Well, a win puts you back at the Olympia. Anything less than a win obviously gives you points. But let's just, obviously, we're going to, kind of play all the different scenarios. If you win, obviously, we'll see you on the Olympia stage, I'm guessing. If you don't win, you take second, you take third, whatever it is. Where will we see you next? Will we see you back at the Europa to defend the title? Because obviously at that point, you either got to point your way there or you got to get a win.
Well, we're doing this show, obviously, and I know the point system. We're not trying to. Okay, first of all, I don't want to bank on points.
You ain't pointing your way to the Olympia.
In the event, that's what happens. I will be going to Australia next weekend to compete over at that show. It's the first time there. First time I got to meet Tony here, and I think I'm going to have a great time over there. And so that's 2 shows back to back, and we'll just see. I haven't planned anything further than that. I train. I train with a mentality. I diet with a mentality that you're going to be the best. So that's what I'm going in with, and if it's not enough, then I'll come with Plan B.
Sure.
I don't want to put a Plan B together before I need to.
All right, I think that's smart. Keep it short and focus on obviously the task at hand. Obviously, you got this one here, and you got a great lineup. So best of luck, Justin. A lot of people expecting big things from you here, and of course, we'll be covering it all weekend long right here on MD. So will you be on the boards at all, interacting with the fans this weekend?
I don't know if I'll be on the boards much this weekend. I'm trying to stay off of it just to keep my mind clear. But once I get back from Australia, I'll be back to normal, answering questions. And I'll be doing my videos still, keeping people up to date on how things is going, tell them where I'm going from here and what the next plans are.
Very good. Best of luck on stage, my friend. Justin Compton here at the Arnold 2015.